I be on go, yeah. Just give me a reason.
I told y'all, new year, new show, same energy at Court in the Gym every Thursday night on the Big Exclusive Network, 7 to 8:30. Tap in with me on the Facebook channel and the YouTube channel, Big Exclusive Network. Y'all know what it is. Real people talking about real things. So if you a real one, get with me.
Oh, yeah. You already know, yeah.
You gotta see, girl. We ain't gonna talk about the outfit I got. I got my green card to be there. Yes. It's gonna be 2 outfit changes. 2. Okay. Yo, so I heard it's gonna be an ass slapping booth. Yes. But I can't see. I think they said brethren.
Oh. Make sure y'all come to the adult game night, February 18th, Big Exclusive Network. $25 to get in, nigga. Limited supplies lasting, nigga. So you better get with us fast. Oh, and by the way, Pop is still in the cellar.
Speak up when I hop about the cut, I promise I'm gonna speak up when I hop about the cut, I promise I'm gonna speak up when I hop about the cut, I promise I'm gonna make a scene, got lights, cameras, action, but I promise that I won't.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Don. February the 6th at 7 p.m. the pilot show for Melanated Vibrations Mental Health Podcast premieres, and I'm so excited. Head on over to YouTube, the Big Exclusive Network. You're going to like and subscribe, then go over to their Facebook page. You're going to like, follow, and share with as many people you can. We are going to talk all things mental health and mental illness and the stigma that it has on the Black and Brown community. What can we do about it? What resources are out there? February the 6th, 7 p.m. Melanated Vibration premieres. I can't wait. See you guys.
And welcome to A Court in the Gym. My man Jimbo is running a little bit behind, had a little bit of technical difficulties. He'll be here in a matter of just about 6 minutes. And just like 6 minutes, Dougie Fresh, you're on. Good evening, everybody tuned into A Court in the Gym. You'll see that light-skinned brother in a matter of minutes. For right now, you got the chocolate brother. Good evening, Miss Carol Renee Brown. Salute to you. Good evening, Tiffany Ann. She already shared. Tiff, most appreciated. Hey to you too, Tiffany Ann. Definitely appreciate you locked and loaded. I'm doing my 1-2 producing stuff tonight behind the scenes. So I'm trying to share the stream. Make sure you guys share the stream. Tiff, I don't have to tell you that. It's automatic with you. Second nature. Tagging your friends. Jim going to be locked and loaded tonight. He got a lot of dope stuff he want to talk about. Some shit is actually controversial, and I can't wait to get in on that conversation in the comments. I'm sure it's going to be worth the wait. I appreciate you guys being patient. I got the call about 10 minutes prior that he was running a little bit late. Of course, me working behind the scenes, I am currently editing or putting the finishing touches on that episode, Tiffany Ann, and it is hilarious. It is hilarious, and I can't wait for you guys to see that. I'm looking at dropping that. I actually want it ready for tomorrow night because I think we're going to do a special episode, Friday night episode. It won't be a Freaky Friday episode, but it will be an episode with maybe, if I can get some of the ladies from the new shows to come in and jump on, I'll do that and we'll debut the new episode then. Your guy Jimbo is in the building. It is time for A Court in the Gym. Yo, I ain't gonna blast off on you.
I know.
On you.
Listen.
I know it's good. Yeah, listen. I know it's good. Tiff, I see what you're doing. See that little bit of video you got? Imagine all the video I had to edit, color correct, do little freaky stuff to it. So it's dope. but it will be ready by tomorrow. I'm pretty sure I can have it ready by tomorrow, and we can debut that joint tomorrow. Since Jim was late today, I'm making it mandatory that he do a show with us tomorrow night.
I'll be there.
7 to 9. We gonna lock in. Look at his face. Look at his face. Look at his face.
I'll be there.
Now, if we can get a couple young ladies to join us tomorrow night, I believe we can have some fun. I'm gonna see if Brethren is available. Yeah, exactly. Editing is a killer. Good evening, Mimi. Appreciate you. Hannibal, the cannibal in the building. Jim, I'm getting out your way. Do your thing.
I'm happy to see all these people here, all these beautiful black people.
Yeah, I'm happy to see them too. I love you. Have a great show, bro. I'm out.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, I was late, and I know y'all behind gonna be late to his own show. Simple, all right? Simple. Today is February 2nd. You hear me? What's going on, First Last? Today is February 2nd. It is officially Black History Month. And in honor of my heritage for all the hoodlums that came before me, I'm 5 minutes late because I'm on CP time. You hear me? Black History Month, it's the shortest month of the year. It's just crazy. And I don't understand why it's the shortest month of the year when there's so much to be learned. You feel what I'm saying? It's so much to be learned, so much to be proud of. You feel what I'm saying? So now that Black History Month is here, I just want to challenge everybody, right, at least sometime this month, to learn something about our people, something that you didn't know. Dig deep. Maybe you are one of those history buffs that knows a little bit about this, a little bit about that, or a lot of bit about everything. You feel me? But learn something new about our people. You know what I'm saying? Look back from then to now. Do you identify any changes? Because a lot of the things that are going on now are still, they're going on then are still going on now. The fight just looks different. You feel what I'm saying? So I just wanted to put that out there. And I've been learning so much, like May Carl Jameson. She was the first Black female astronaut, first Black woman to go into space. Did y'all know that? I didn't know that. I did not know that. Amongst a few other things, the first Black heart surgeon, Daniel Hale Williams. Daniel Hale Williams was an African-American heart surgeon who in 1891 founded Providence Hospital as the first non-segregated hospital in the United States. Providence also has an associate nursing school for African-Americans. You know what I'm saying? So this is all new to me, and it's just mind-boggling how some of these people lived and died for us. And at this point in juncture, like, I can't imagine Martin Luther King being alive and looking at, what we've become. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially with some of these. Did y'all see the MLK Day flyers that people had out? Did y'all see them, Jones? Blew my mind when I seen Martin Luther King with a bottle of Douce in his hand and a big booty hole on this side. You hear me? In his face in this picture, it was so solemn, like he hated it there. You know what I'm saying? Looking at this picture, I could just tell he hates it here. He hates it. He has to. There's no way that he doesn't hate it here. Looking at this shit. You feel what I'm saying? Looking at this shit. And there's been so many different things that's been going on in the news. And earlier this week, I had a special episode of the According to Jim show, and I went live about what happened in Memphis. What happened in Memphis is still, just blowing my mind. You know what I'm saying? It's blowing my mind that this stuff happened, that what had happened over. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy that 5 Black officers and 1 white officer, but predominantly 5 Black officers, beat an unarmed Black man to death. To death. And it just, it kills me because the, origin of policing, you know what I'm saying, it's from slavery. The origin of police come from slaves. If there were never no slaves, we would never have no police, I guess, at this point. The origins of modern day policing can be traced back to the slave patrol. Did y'all know that? The slave patrol, that's just a sound that sounds crazy as fuck that it was called the slave patrol. The earliest formal slave patrol was created in the Carolinas in the early 1700s with one mission: to establish a system of terror and squash slave uprisings with the capacity to pursue, apprehend, and return runaway slaves to their owners. And it's like, damn, for 5 black men to like be fulfilling that destiny. You know what I'm saying? Like, this system was created obviously by white people, and their plan, I guess, to some degree, was so ingenious that 500-600 years later, now they got black men doing this dirty work for them. You know what I'm saying? And I know we need police. There's always going to be crime and punishment, but this, at this point, it's like, it's hard for me to see a black man in that position, man. Like, I know everybody wants to clean up our community. Everybody wants to stop the violence, man. But it's a tough pill to swallow to accept that, you know, this guy's a cop. For me, like a guy that I went to high school with, I remember some years back, I was in Philly. I was on 52nd Street. You know what I mean? Me and my cousin. And I bumped into this brother. I ain't gonna say his name, but you know, I used to get in a lot of trouble with this boy. You know what I'm saying? He used to get in a lot of trouble on his own. You know what I'm saying? And to see him as a police officer was like, whoa, bro. This is a complete 180 from, you know, what you was on. You know what I'm saying? Ain't for real, you wasn't nothing on, nothing too radical. You know what I'm saying? One like he was out selling drugs and shooting people and all that type shit. You know what I'm saying? He was just, you know, a regular inner city youth, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And now you're a cop. I just don't know how to feel about police officers. Remember that song, Black Cop? Black Cop, Black Cop, Black Cop. That shit is the fuck crazy now. Every time I think about that song, I keep thinking about the footage of this video. You know what I'm saying? So I just want us to do better, man. Like, I want us to like make some substantial changes to what's going on with us as a people, to how we're carrying it, what we're doing, and, you know, just being mindful that we are being watched, we are being judged, and a lot of us don't take the time to, you know, explore who we are. You know what I'm saying? And maybe it inspires some of us to want to up our ante, because when you see that you come from greatness, then maybe you'll want to emulate that instead of emulating all the behavior that we're seeing. And I'm talking to myself too, because I'm a rapper and I know some of my lyrics don't help. You know, I know some of those don't help, but it's like we can't just blame it on the music. We come from good stock, no matter what they say about us, no matter how many times they've tried to paint us out as savage beasts. We always overcome that. We always elevate to greatness, and there's nothing but examples of black excellence all through history. Ever since the United States or the colonies were established, it's like as soon as we got over here and were given any chance to excel at anything, then we did. Even when we were slaves, there were still black slaves who were smarter, faster, stronger than their white counterparts. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on. I want to give a special shout out to Thomas Mundy Peterson as the first African American voter after passage of the 15th Amendment. The citizens of Perth Amboy raised $70, which is like the equivalent of $2,100 now, to award him a gold medal. This was the first man to vote. You know what I'm saying? The first black man to be allowed to vote. And we don't talk about this enough. Like, I had no idea who this man was as of up to a couple of days ago. And it's crazy. Like, why aren't we like pressing the ball on this? Why are we just talking about this maybe in sometime in February, right before February is over, or right when it starts to kick off Black History Month? But why aren't we drilling this type of stuff? You know what I'm saying? Why aren't we telling our kids that there are still a lot of firsts to be achieved, a lot of first black persons, you know, positions to fill, and we need to send our kids and set our children up to want to go do these things, to want to be the first African American to do this, to want to be the first black African American girl to do this. You know what I'm saying? We need that. We need that. It's like we're not pushing toward that excellence anymore. It's like now that some of the big challenges or out the way, I guess, in our minds, but their fight's not out the way. You know what I'm saying? The fight really just started. You feel me? We just needed to get in the ring. That's what the predecessors were doing. That's what the people who came before us were doing. They were getting us in the fight. Because before it wasn't even a fight. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even a fight. It was just, we gonna club you in the head. You know what I'm saying? We were just asking for a fair chance to fight. Now that they done got their head cracked and had dogs sicked on them and been sprayed with hoses, lynched, had fire bombings at their house, now we have the opportunity to fight. And it's like the generations that they seen so much hope in and so much, so many dreams, and it's like we're letting them down in abundance. We're letting them down. Martin Luther King was assassinated in the 60s, y'all. That's not that long ago. My mother was a child. That's not that long ago. So a generation and a half, maybe 2 generations later, all that shit is out the window. Nobody's carrying that torch the way he was. We haven't found that person yet. It's crazy. And I don't think we're going to find them if we keep killing each other at the way we are. So I'm asking that could we please, let February be that month where we know we just not on it. We not on killing each other this month. You know what I'm saying? We not on it. I hope that, as a people, we can stick together, and that this month of all months that, we are celebrating each other. We are, supporting each other, uplifting each other, man. And I don't want to keep sounding like no after school special, man, but Monday, wow. Yeah. I lost somebody close to me, somebody I watched grow up. You know what I'm saying? Another young black life snatched way before, it should have happened. You know what I'm saying? 22 years old. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, La. You definitely be truly missed. But it's a lot of this going on, man. There are too many stories of us losing these black men, and who knows who these guys could have been. You know what I'm saying? Who knows who these young ladies could have been? You know what I'm saying? Who they could have been the next or the first of. You feel me? And I'm hoping that, some of us can be the first of many. You know what I'm saying? Many more to come. You feel me? We shouldn't have a sprinkle of Supreme Court justices being black. You know what I'm saying? We need to change that. We need to affect change in that. Otherwise, we're going to be left with Clarence Thomas until he crooks. You feel me? Like, it's just, we need better. We need better. We need people to fill those positions who see the world in the new light as it is, who can affect change that we need, who can then protect and safeguard the changes that were already set in place, man, before they start tearing them away like they did Roe v. Wade. You feel me? We need to stick together, man. So I'm challenging y'all to learn, as much as you can this month about our people. You know what I'm saying? And learn as much as you can about yourself, or learn as much as you can about your business. So maybe you could be the first black something. You feel me? The first black this, the first black that. I would love to hear that. I love to hear about, black excellence. I really do. Like Jack Arthur Johnson, March 31st, 1878. That's when he was born. Died June 10th, 1946. Nicknamed the Galveston Giant, was the American boxer who at the height of the Jim Crow era became the first black world heavyweight champion in 1908 until 1915. You know what I'm saying? Jack Johnson is incredible. He is incredible. It's like we're not looking at this man's accomplishment in the height of the Jim Crow era. You hear me? He was the first black man to legally get in the ring and beat the bullshit out of one of these white boys. You understand me? Yeah, bro. Yeah. But, it really shouldn't blow our minds. You know what I'm saying? We should be geared to the fact that we're going to keep setting these records. You know what I'm saying? Not too long ago, Barack Obama was the first black president ever. He's the first black president of the United States of America. You feel me? First black president. And it's like, wow. All these other white guys who got to serve 4 years, and you know what I'm saying? Wow. You know what I'm saying? Don't you think that in all that time that there should have been a sprinkle of one black guy here, a black guy there, and a black guy there? You know what I'm saying? No. You know what I'm saying? No. there's still room for a first. You know what I'm saying? We got Kamala Harris, you know what I'm saying? Kamala Harris, she's the first black woman vice president, but that still leaves space for a first black man vice president. There's still space for a first all through the cabinet. There's space for a first all in government positions. There's all types of government positions where there could be a first black something. I'm telling you. So, I just want us to step up our game. You know what I'm saying? Celebrate it. When I say step up your game, not just, picking up books and learning. The first recognized black president, the first black, all right, I do remember that. I do remember that. You know what I'm saying? But recognized black president is still a huge thing, Tiff. That's still a huge thing. Yeah, when it comes to politics, they build those clauses that let them keep, yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, we need to put the pressure on. We need the pressure. Like, we definitely need the pressure. Right now, like, they're attacking us where it hurts the most with our children. They are hitting us with our children. You feel me? And it's something maybe systematic. Again, you feel what I'm saying, that we need to attack. Like, systematic racism isn't just the preventing of fair housing and stuff like that. It's the excelling of incarceration. It's the decreasing of funds for Black communities, for community centers and community health outreach programs and all that type of stuff. It is those things that we need to change. Like, we need to really change and get something done. Something has to be done because they're killing us on both ends. We're dying off because, everybody dies, even if we age out, but they're hitting us with what hurts the most with our children. Our children are out here killing each other and going to jail at an all-time high. And we're never going to find these new firsts if they never given the opportunity to do so. You know what I'm saying? It's hard as hell to bounce back after coming from jail. And even when you do come home from jail and you do bounce back, things are different. You're never quite what you could have been. You know what I'm saying? It's never the way it could be. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I want to see more young Black men, man, be proud to be Black. You know what I'm saying? With that on their mind. You know what I'm saying? They just proud to be them, but they're not thinking in their head like, yo, I'm happy to be Black. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy to be African American. Like, let me show you what that means. We're not carrying it that way. You know what I'm saying? Using that full potential, what it means to be young, Black, and gifted. You feel me? We letting that shit go to waste on sports and entertainment and so many other things that we could be. There's so many other things we can be. Like I said, Daniel Hale Williams was the first Black heart surgeon. The first Black heart surgeon. He worked on tickers. You know what I'm saying? They weren't trying to let no Black man. They thought we was retarded. They came up with all types of false studies to say that because of the way our heads are shaped, our cranials, our noses, and all that, that our brains must be smaller and that we have a higher threshold for pain. All types of weird ass false narratives that they put out about us, man. And we need to change that. We definitely do. Like, for real, for real, for real. It definitely has to be changed. We can't keep going on like this, man. We cannot keep going on like this. You feel me? So the Black History Month being here, man, I want us to be like, get the mindset that, we need to start celebrating Black History Year. You know what I'm saying? Black Future Month. You feel what I'm saying? Like Future Black Month, Future Stars of America, Future Black Stars of America Month. You know what I'm saying? We need to start celebrating that. You feel me? Don't you believe in your kids? I believe in my kids. I believe in my kids. Real rap, my kids are smart as shit. Smart than a motherfucker. And I think that they have the potential to be whatever they want to be. Wallahi, my son says to me a lot now that he wants to be a doctor. He's 3 years old, saying that he wants to be a doctor. Well, I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that my son has the opportunities to be a doctor. You feel what I'm saying? And I think that we all should invest in that. You feel me? Women too, it's sad that so many aren't proud, not realizing how great we are as a people. Yeah, and I said this all the time, and I had somebody try to argue me down, but really, listen, fellas, the reason why I come down so hard on us, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to the women, is that a woman is our most powerful weapon against everything that they throw at us, man. A woman is the most powerful weapon that we have to combat the shit that they do to us, to try to control us, to try to depopulize us.
to try to program and control us from imaginary and sound, systematic racism, poverty, etc., etc. There ain't no doubt. Yeah, I'm glad I got you started, Tiff. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I got you started. You know what I'm saying? But the woman is our biggest weapon against them. Wanna know why? Because the black man is the strongest man on the face of the earth. He's strong, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? I think the evidence is there to support this claim. I think we are the fastest and the strongest and the smartest individual man on the face of the earth. You hear me? But we're not, we're not in populating the way we are. You know what I'm saying? We're killing each other at all types of crazy numbers. And then the abortion rate among us is too fucking high. It's way too high. You know what I'm saying? And all these lives are being clipped. All these lives are being clipped. You know what I'm saying? And who knows what type of individuals we could be creating. You know what I'm saying? And he is at his most powerful when ain't no doubt when he got a black woman by his side. When a black man got a black woman by his side who supports him, who sees his view, who is on point the way he is on point, then they are dangerous. Though they are dangerous. Michelle, you know why we all love Barack and Michelle so much? Because of what they represent, the power they represent. Them high profile black folk right there. They ain't regular black folk. You can't just slide up on the Obamas, come on, what's up, dog, and all that other shit. They ain't regular black folk. They ain't. You feel what I'm saying? Real rap. But I want it to be regular that we're all like that a majority of us are like that. You feel what I'm saying? Like real rap, man. Like they keep closing us off to these ghettos. They close us off and we close ourselves off to these, what we call the ghettos, to the hood. We don't never want to leave home, it seems like. It's a big, big world out there. Let's go take it over. Let's explore it. You feel what I'm saying? And it can be done. Look at Hannibal. Hannibal was taking shit over with elephants, crossing mountains. You understand me? This was a black man that did this. And we can continue to do these things. You feel me? We can continue to do these things. They represent normalcy within the family, which isn't the social. Yeah, man. Yeah, like we need to become, everything that, Malcolm and Martin and Fred seen for us. We need to become that. You know what I'm saying? When we gonna turn that on? You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of things come and go. Come and go. First, I remember, we used to wear our jeans baggy and sagging. You know what I'm saying? And that went to getting slimmer and slimmer and slimmer. You know what I'm saying? We used to rap bars and now we sing them with auto tunes and all these phases. And now it's going back to baggy and now it's going back to rap. We're going through all these different changes. We did this, now we back on this and back. When are we going to get back on or get on to just having pride in us, being us? You know what I'm saying? Being proud to be black, like doing the right thing in our communities. Like, you know what I'm saying? When are we going to get on that? When are we going to get back to, it's safe to leave your doors unlocked at night? You know what I'm saying? That was the time people did these things. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's going on with you, gang? You know what I'm saying? And listen, it was a time when people did these things in black neighborhoods. There was a time these things happened. You know what I'm saying? So we need to get back on that immediately. Like, we definitely need to get back on that, like, immediately. Because every time I turn around, man, it's like, man, it just makes you want to shake your head. What happened in Memphis should have never happened. You know what I'm saying? It's a setback. It is a setback. You know what I'm saying? It's a slap in the face for everybody who rioted across America. You know what I'm saying? Now them white folks who hate our guts are sitting back in their little clubhouses and they're like, yeah, look at these niggers. They don't know how to act. Yeah, that's what's supposed to go on during law. When you're handling the law, you're making lawmakings there and all. You know how they get to talk with a little struggling draw and a straw in their mouth and all that. They're going to say that this is the way policing is supposed to be done. And that's why black folks, them black guys did that to that other black man. That's why it was handled like that. You know what I'm saying? This is the norm. This is what they teaching them to do to us. They teaching these boys that it's okay to catch somebody just like you that come from where you come from and beat the bullshit out of them just because. You know what I'm saying? It's what they've been doing. They've been riding down to our neighborhoods in those patrol cars, jumping out with their uniform on and fucking us up for forever. for forever. So I don't know why anybody would aspire to want to be one of these guys, man. Let's stop letting these people tell us that, you know, the police are here to help us. Stop letting them tell our kids that. Stop telling our kids that. Stop taking our kids to these police athletic league sponsored motherfucking basketball games and carnivals or whatever it might be. You know what I'm saying? Until we start seeing some results. Because it makes no sense that your child goes to POW, the police athletic league, play basketball with these cops his whole goddamn life. And as soon as he turned 18 and he's not considered a child no more, as soon as he gets a mustache and some bass in his voice, they think it's cool to club him in the motherfucking head. You know what I'm saying? Because this one police officer who takes some time to go down there and play basketball and blow a goddamn whistle, you know what I'm saying? That's not changing. That's not police and community active relations. You know what I'm saying? That's not helping. Because that's one cop in one neighborhood. We don't want our children to be stuck in our own neighborhoods. We want our children to be able to feel safe to go abroad, to go any motherfucking where. And they should be safe when they get there. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to start treating us safe until we start, you know, treating ourselves safe. Educate your children in their rights, yup. Keep them armed and educating them without censorship. Ain't no goddamn doubt. Ain't no goddamn doubt. You hear me? I'm not going to let them tell me to show my son and my daughter McGruff, take a bite out of crime. No, I'm going to say, kids, you know what that means? It means take a bite out of your black ass. That's exactly what it's talking about. You hear me? That's what McGruff is for. If you didn't know that, you know what I'm saying? Be tough on drugs. Do you know what tough on drugs means? Tough on drugs means tough on blacks. That's exactly what it means. No bullshit. It is cold. It was cold during Bill Clinton's administration, and it's cold now. The same way Make America Great Again was cold, it's cold for Make America the way it used to be when we had these niggas in line. That's what it was cold for. You know what I'm saying? So, no, I'm not going to let these motherfuckers stick my kids in an auditorium and bring out no goddamn dog in a suspicious trench coat talk about take a bite out of crime, bro. No, fuck that. We ain't doing that shit no more. We need to stand up and tell our kids that it is okay to live where you live. It is okay that you are from the ghetto. Wanna know why? Because you are beautiful. You are special. You're black is power. Black girl magic is a real thing. You hear me? Don't just tell these little girls they have black girl magic. Show them examples. You know what I'm saying? Show them the examples and not just the ones that they can see on TV. You know what I'm saying? That they can see on YouTube and all that. Show them there's more than BBLs out here. Show them all the success that came before them. Like I said, show them about Mae Jemison, the first black woman to ever travel into space. You understand me? Into space. This woman went into space. You know what I'm saying? In the 90s. This was not that long ago. You know what I'm saying? Make it realistic. Hype it up. Make it seem like something to want to do. You know what I'm saying? The same way you hype your kids up to get up, to set the camera up, to do these TikToks. Hype your kids up to want to learn what you need to learn and do what you need to do so you can go to space. You hear me? If you got to be like, hey, y'all better clean up in here. You want to go to space? Then that's what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? Stop telling your kids, if you don't clean the fuck up, you ain't going outside. Because there ain't nothing outside. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing outside. It's nothing out there. It's nothing out there. Not outside in front of your door, right around the corner and all that. It's nothing out there. They're not going to see nothing out there out of the normal, something that's inspiring, for real, right there in their neighborhood. Unless somebody is purposely trying to give them this positivity. You know what I'm saying? But the Grand Canyon is not in West Philly. The Grand Canyon is not in Pennsylvania. It's nowhere around here. You understand? The Eiffel Tower is not in the United States. You got to get them out of the country. You got to get them revved up and excited to want to go see these things, to want to go participate in these things, to learn about these things. You know what I'm saying? You got to get your kids geeked up about all this stuff the same way they geeked up about them Robux. You know what a Robux is? Kids want you to buy them Robux to play Fortnite and all this other shit. We got to get them geeked up, get them off them games, and get them into the real world. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, show them the first Statue of Liberty, and she was representing why she's not displayed. Right now, she's in a museum in Paris. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, right? But they don't know that. And I'd rather be in the house anyway. They ain't back in the day where you can go outside. Yeah, listen, you can't It is not safe for your children to be on a small block in anywhere playing freeze tag and hide and go seek. You know what I'm saying? Remember that? Remember we used to be outside playing freeze tag and hide and go seek and manhunt and all that type of stuff. Right now, that's part of Black history too, because I don't see it. I don't even see how the kids can do it. It's not safe. It's not safe for our children to go do and play these things. You know what I'm saying? And we need to get back to that. We need to make the transition back to that phase. You feel me? And try to figure out a way to stay there for as long as we've stayed in this negative spiral. It seems like this negative energy has just been going on since like 2000. Since like 2000, the shit started getting different. Things when shit started making that shift to these skinny ass jeans and all that. I think skinny jeans made the world evil. You understand what I'm saying? We need to get back to Black history when we was sagging on jeans, how rappers used to look and all that type shit. Because the rappers I grew up on don't look like these rappers. Yeah, we gotta teach them the accomplishments of these people, because a lot of this shit is dope. It's dope. Like when you really think about all the stuff that George Washington Carver created out of a peanut and sweet potatoes. You understand me? That's really cool. It really is. You know what I'm saying? Stop making it seem like being inspiring to be that. Everybody wants to be a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Why can't we have no scientists like that? Like he's just a cool ass fucking scientist. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, representation does matter. But why can't we come across some scientists like that? Like he's a scientist, but he run around looking like goddamn Yo Gotti. You know what I'm saying? He bling the fuck up, bust down watch and all that for winning all these Nobel Peace Prizes and all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm the shit and I'm big lit because I'm smart. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm smart. Like I'm a real bookworm, but I stay with that shit on. You know what I'm saying? And I'm bust down like it's worth doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's worth being in that goddamn lab coat all the time because I'm getting to it. I always kept mine in the yard, no running around the neighborhood like I did. I know, but it's crazy, First Lance. Like it really is. Why can't we? Why can't we? Astrophysicists too. You know what I'm saying, bros? Hey, listen, I need to see him. Listen, you know what? That's not true, First Lance. That science don't pay enough. You know what I'm saying? That's not true, because it takes science and math and all that to make medicine and all that type of shit. Them boys that work at GlaxoSmithKline and AstraZeneca and all these other places that make medicine, yeah, they got real money. Just the lobbyists that work for them, they got big money. People give them money. You hear me? Like give them money. You know how much money it costs to test the pill? You ain't not even sell the pill. To test the pill costs millions and millions of dollars. You understand me? So if I'm the nigga that's coming up with the pills and I gotta get the money over here to pay the people to test the goddamn pill, who is collecting them checks? Somebody is getting cash the fuck out. That is bust down rolling money in medicine. That is bust down rolling money and sending people into space. You understand me? Elon Musk, no, not Elon Musk, boy that own Virgin Mobile. You hear me? This nigga sending people into space. You got to be a scientist to send niggas into space, or employee scientists. Niggas is getting paid off that shit. You hear me? They sending people right there into the first layer of space. You understand me? Like this, we right at space. That's what they doing. The niggas is getting paid for that shit. Big money. You know what I'm saying? I would rather have my son spending all his time how to figure out how to get the goddamn space than spending all my time worrying about how many baby moms Lil Durk got. That shit is asinine. That ain't gonna get him nothing knowing that man business. They don't get him shit. We keep our children in activities and academics. Right now, my oldest is on the honor student. Okay, congratulations. And the number 1 scoring player in the public league and number 6 player in the city. Now, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? I think my youngest son is going to end up being a chemist. He's really good with formulas. And that, yeah, as he should. And that shit should be nurtured. That should be nurtured. Let's teach them not to bust down. It devalues the watch. You're right. You're right. But however, they still want the watch. No matter what. That's a whole nother thing. Teaching them, you know what I'm saying? But Teach them that there's more than one way to get the bust down rolling. You don't got to sell drugs. You don't got to be a rapper. And you don't got to have a wicked jump shot. You don't have to have these things. You know what I'm saying? Half the stuff that was invented by us anyway. It's crazy how they took credit for all. Yeah, they took the credit. That they've been doing that. Taking the credit for all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? Every time we flourishing, yo, they come in and they fuck us over, yo. Every time we got something good, they find a way to fuck it up for us. You know what I'm saying? But we just because they fucking it up don't mean we should fuck it up with them. You feel me? And if we gonna change it, then we got to get the mindset together. Like, we need to be on that. Like, right now, we can fix the problem of violence in the city. You hear me? We just not thinking big enough. We not. During the pandemic, people were supposed to be in the house. We remember that. Motherfuckers got fat during quarantine and all that type shit. But that was the most extreme shit I had ever seen my whole life. In my whole life, I have never seen the world shut down. The world ain't never shut down before. The world did shut down. That motherfucker sure for shit. It shut down. The liquor stores and all that. Shit shut the fuck down. It can be done, is what I'm trying to say. We can figure something the fuck out. We need to do it now, though. We need to do it now. Why can't it be inspired in the month of our excellence? In the month that we talk about our achievements. Why can't we achieve to figure out the gun violence problem in Philadelphia and Chicago and Baton Rouge and North Carolina and all these other places? Like, we need to figure this shit out. You know what I'm saying? The first black man to cure gun violence, because gun violence is a disease. We need to cure that shit. We need to make sure that the person that's going to cure it has a chance to fucking live. Has a chance to graduate from high school at least. We need to make sure of it. We need to get on that. We need to start listen, wasn't we just talking about how people who say stuff like Grand Rising King, how they toxic than a motherfucker? We were just talking about that, wasn't we? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they are. They are. But we need to just make the norm of celebrating us and staying positive. Even if it means we stop saying nigga. Real rap. You know what I'm saying? We need to start being on the saying something kind every day. Saying some positive affirmation to yourself and to someone else every day. Inspiring someone every day. You know what I'm saying? Every day, going out our way to make sure we cool and make sure that our neighbors is cool. Our neighbors. You know what I'm saying? We need to get back to loving our neighbor. All these old things. That was a time that this was the thing. Y'all don't that's what I'm trying to say to y'all. It was a time when this was the thing. That looking out for one another was the thing. Because the threat of a billy club was as prevalent as it is now, it was way more prevalent back then in the 50s and the 60s. You know what I'm saying? Tony, what's going on with you? We need to make sure that shit's going on now. We need to make sure it's not. Get back to that. You feel what I'm saying? That's what started the Black Panthers. You feel me? That's what started the Crips. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucking police coming through and clubbing us in the head all the time. Way more than what it slowed down a little bit. It just ain't stopped. You feel what I'm saying? It slowed down a little bit. It just ain't stopped. I'm going to say it one more goddamn time. It slowed down, but it ain't stopped. You feel what I'm saying? Let me break it down to you. Look, Bobby is driving one day, right? How can we get back to that? I'm going to tell you. 1 second. I'm going to tell you this. Hold that thought, Tiffany. You hear me? Bobby's driving. You know what I'm saying? He leaned back. You know what I'm saying? He got his blunt in his mouth. He's smoking. He come to the stop sign. He don't stop, though. He slow down, keep it pushing. You know what I mean? Rolling stop type shit. He get to the next stop sign. He do the same thing. He get to the stop sign after that. He do the same thing. Finally, when approaching the fourth stop sign, a police officer pulls him over. And he pulls up on my man, and he talking about, get up out the goddamn car. As soon as he pull him over, he pull him out the car, and he pull out this motherfucking nightstick on Bobby. He start whooping his ass. Bloop, 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 all upside the head, going crazy on him. And Bobby can't figure out, what the fuck did I do? He said, now listen, You see them 3 stop signs right there. You ran them 3 stop signs. You hear me? And he kept whooping his ass some more. Bloop, 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 bloop. He said, now, should I stop or should I slow the fuck down? You understand me? That's the problem. These things, they slowed down. They didn't stop. We need to stop these things. In order for us to get back to those things that we were on, Tiff, like the question you asked, in order for us to get back to those days, then we have to get back to really being on the positivity, like really spreading it. The same way, like really spreading it, to getting together and pooling our resources, but that's just to, maximize our dollars for us to support ourselves. But when we get our money, you know what I'm saying, and we get to act the stuff that we've been chasing, the goals, don't move away. Don't move away. Help the person to your left. Help the person to your right. You know what I'm saying? Help them achieve it too. You understand what I'm saying? Don't just, once you get to where you're going, you find somebody to help. Actively look for them. Find somebody to help. Help your neighbor. Help the neighbor to your left. Help the neighbor to your right. Help the neighbor across the street. Help the neighbor that's behind your yard. Help them. And they should be on the same thing. Let this motherfucking positivity shit, let this hand up. Not a handout, a hand up. Let this shit spread like a disease. From one household to the next. From one person to the next. Just like a cough. Success. You know what I'm saying? Don't want to hoard the success. Why is it when it comes to the negative shit and the misery and the fuckboy shit that we doing out here, we want to spread that to as many people as we can. If I'm miserable, everybody got to be miserable. We ain't got to be miserable. You know what I'm saying? Stop shaming ourselves for what we don't got. Stop fooling ourselves into thinking that buying expensive jewelry and jewels and all these motherfucking dumbass sneakers from these dumbass names you can barely even fucking pronounce. You hear me? Stop buying that shit. Stop making these young men think that it's value in these things. And maybe they'll put their money somewhere that it counts. That's what we can do. Stop shaming these young black boys for not having these things. Stop telling them that they're worthless because they can't go to the bar and pop a million goddamn bottles. That don't make him effective in the world. That'll make him a pillar of the community because he popped 10 bottles that live. Stop making them think that. That's how we can do that. Stop allowing that what's going on that phone to, brainwash them. As soon as they get out them phones, bring them right back to reality. Real shit. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Stop putting value in this dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? And when it will stop busting down our watches, Shane, you hear me? We won't be worried about devaluing the watch because don't nobody want to bust that shit down no more. You hear me? One of the biggest things I'm happy that we got rid of, rims. Oh, my God. Y'all remember Spreewells? The spinning rims? You hear me? I'm so glad we got rid of that shit because that was just a way to see a nigga a mile away. You know what I'm saying? None of that shit matters, Tony. None of that shit matters. You feel me? None of it matters. You want to know how I know? Because it ain't nobody in Ukraine right now talking about getting the latest Jordans. It ain't nobody in the Ukraine right now, even though this tour, Beyonce's tour, going to be overseas and all that. Ain't none of them people talking about going. None of that shit matter. It's more to life. That's how I know. It's more to life. It's more to life. Them people going through it over there right now. People sending them, the United States is sending them money and tanks and all this shit. We've been going through it for years, centuries. Ain't nobody donated us a fucking dime. Wanna know why? Because they don't think we're going to do the right thing with it, so why waste the money? They know what them Ukrainians going to do with their money. They're going to buy some tanks. They're going to buy some guns. They're going to buy some infrastructure. They're going to buy some schools, some hospital supplies, and all that type shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, the ones, the spinning hubcaps. That was the... Yo, I think spinning rims was the most niggerish shit of the 2000s. That might have been niggerdom at its motherfucking pinnacle. Spinning rims and spinning hubcaps is the pinnacle of niggerdom. You hear me? It is the pinnacle of being a coon. Look at me. Hey, look what I can do. That is the pinnacle of that shit. I ain't even gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? So this month, remember that? Remember the Spree Wells? That's part of Black history now. God damn. You hear me? God damn. 106 apart, Black history. The BT Cypher, Black history. All this shit is Black history. You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn, like, you know what else is Black history? Saddens me that it is Black history instead of current events, instead of being a current thing. Y'all remember the games up 52nd and Parkside? The Parkside games, y'all remember them, Jones? You know what I'm saying? Down 16th for Susquehanna and all that shit. Y'all remember them outside basketball leagues during the summer? Y'all remember them? Oh, man, it was nothing like them, Jones. It was nothing like them, Jones. Yes, the most pick-me nigga shit ever. But y'all remember, we need to get back to that. That's Black history. You feel what I'm saying? That's Black history. You feel me? Let's get back to shit like that. Remember the stables? I know they still got them, but you know, the niggas used to ride the horses. You know, they made a movie about that. It's gonna come to me out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? But they made a movie about that. Let's see if I can, you know what I'm saying? But that's Black history. You don't really see it like that no more. You really don't. And it's a shame. It's a shame. It is a shame. Okay. All right. Concrete Cowboy. Right. That's what the movie was called. Concrete Cowboy. And that's about the stables and, you know, the black men that rode horses in West Philly, in North Philly. You know what I'm saying? Real rap. That's what it's about. That's Black history now. It ain't even safe enough to do. You can't even ride your horse. You can't even ride your horse through Philly no more. That shit is crazy. Yeah, they niggas had horses. They had horses. It's Black history now. It's Black history now. Let's get back. You say like, those right, there we go. Concrete Cowboy, there we go. You hear me? Let's get back to love is something other than a pistol. You know what I'm saying? Love is something other than the pistol. Let's come together. We don't have to be killing each other. We don't. We don't have to kill each other and then drop a diss song. We don't. We don't have to do that. There's nowhere written in stone that says that that's what we have to be on. Let's get away from that. You know what I'm saying? And how do we do that? By condemning what we on now. You know what I'm saying? Condemning what we on now. This bullshit, this drill rap bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I would rather drill raps. I know a lot of them Jones are not fake. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to be a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? Let's stop wanting to be real niggas. You know what I'm saying? Let's stop wanting to be real niggas. Let's stop setting ourselves up to take that journey. You know what I mean? Because it costs too much to be a real nigga. I'm telling you. It costs way too much. The price of being declared of what they call a real nigga suggests that you have to be battle tested, and those are high prices. Young black man, you don't want to have to pay that price, man. You don't want to have to dedicate years of your life to the state system to be considered a real nigga. You don't want to have to take somebody's life to be considered a real nigga. You don't want to have to sell drugs to be considered a real nigga. Telling these kids that that's what makes you a real nigga. No. On the contrary, it's not what makes you a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? No. Because anybody can kill somebody. Anybody can sell drugs. What makes you real is that you stood on a principle. A principle. That boy that didn't snitch, you understand? First and foremost, what he did do was hold himself accountable. That's what made him be real. Accountability is what made him be real. Explain that. Stop just saying it and then let's leaving it like that. You hear me? That's real pimp shit that we doing to our kids. That we doing to the youth, telling them I'm a real nigga. Then just leave it at that. Because I ain't snitch. I'm a real nigga. And leave it like that. That's like a pimp saying, and I'm going to leave it at that. Bitch don't know what the fuck he talking about. You know what I'm saying? Stop telling them that. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in a totally different world. I'm so thankful to my big exclusive network family. I've had some real honest heart-to-heart conversation with. They opened my eyes to a lot. Some stories made me cry. Me and Shannon going to the gym last week and seeing those kids touched my heart. And you know what? Real rap. And I was saying to Shan, like, man, like I feel the vibes that we all have here, man. This is a family. This is a like a safe haven to come, to grow, to express these ideas, you know, to get the word out. It starts here. You want to know how we can? We can start here. We can meet here on my show, on Big Exclusive Show, on Poppy Montega's show, on the Big Road show, on the Formula. We can meet here and we can discuss these things, and then together we can go out into community and actuate these things, like getting basketballs for the community center on 34th and Haverford. That's something that we can do, small steps, and we can do more. We can apply our efforts more. We saying we have this love, but we got to show them. Let's be that change. You know what I'm saying? It's Black History Month. You know what I'm saying? Let this be the month that we started some history. Right here, the Big Exclusive Network is Black History. It's owned by a Black man. It's hosted by Black people. It's by Black people for Black people. This is history in the making. You know what I'm saying? And let's get them on that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe one day, you know what I'm saying? If and only if we stop letting these kids kill each other. You hear me? Look. If we stop letting these kids kill each other like this, then maybe one of these young Black boys or Black girls can host the news on this motherfucker. You understand what I'm talking about? That things can grow and be different. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Right here. It could happen right here on the Big Exclusive Network, BEN. Everywhere, all over the country. Channel 10, BEN. Channel 11, BEN. You know what I'm saying? BEN 17, BEN 56. All these big exclusive networks and, you know, smaller hubs all across the country. It can happen. It can happen. And he'd be the first Black man from West Philly on 41st Street to do this shit. He will. No bullshit. He will. But we got to start somewhere. We got to give him a chance. We got to give ourselves a chance. We got to give our kids a chance. You feel me? Because our mindset, something invisible is killing us. It's just like COVID. The mindset that we have is like COVID. You feel me? And they're keeping us like that. And there's a cure for it, to remind us that, yeah, we were kings and queens. You're calling them king. You're calling this little girl queen. But are you showing them that you really mean this shit? Like, yo, we come from kings. You feel me? We got to do regal shit. We got to do royal shit. We got to live like kings. Move like kings. This is what we have to do. You know what I'm saying? We can't allow ourselves to be trapped in the minute, petty bullshit. Number one, we can't. We can't. Let's change it. Let's move back to that era where we were talking about everybody loving each other. You know what I'm saying? Everybody coming together. Everybody just having a general feeling of safety and a bond. You know what I'm saying? Bring the homes back together. Black love. Let's get Black love back in order. Let's start getting married. Let's stop cheating on our spouses. Let's stop dogging these women out. Let's stop beating these women out. Ladies, let's stop using these men for their money and then, leaving them to the wind. Let's stop having these young brothers fighting over some pussy and killing each other. Let's stop doing that. You hear me? Maybe it's not what we can start doing. Maybe it's what we can stop doing. You know what I'm saying? Let's stop doing something to start doing something. You know what I'm saying? Can't do this while you're doing this. Take one off, it's one or the other. You got this on, you can't have that on. You got this off, you got to put that on. You got to, something has to give. It's either something we need to do or something we need to stop. You feel me? And it seems like it's harder to stop doing things. So let's start doing things. You know what I'm saying? Start doing something that'll cut these kids off at the pass. Start getting off of work earlier. You know what I'm saying? So you can be there when the kids get out of school. Start picking your kids up from school again. Remember that? Let's start doing that, even from high school. Start picking your kids up again. Stop thinking that because they 17, they grown. They ain't. You ain't grown at 17. It's a scientific fact. Your brain ain't finished growing. Let's stop. Let's stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? Let's start some real African American sponsor, you know what I'm saying, programs, you know what I'm saying, especially in high school. Yeah, especially for the high school. Let's stop thinking that they don't need us as much as the younger kids. No, they need us more. Let's start believing that they need us more, because our younger children, 4, 5, 6 years old, they gonna do what you tell them. I tell my 9-year-old do what the fuck she gonna do what I tell her. No problem. I might gotta, supervise in there, but in general, she gonna be where I told her to be and do what I told her to do. Now, your kids a little older, 16, 17, they a lot more prone to say, fuck all that, I want to do new stuff. You hear me? You remember when your kids couldn't walk, and then they start walking, and then they start touching shit and getting into stuff and pulling this down and tipping that over? Well, they're still doing it. Once they learn how to fuck and make a little couple dollars and all that, now that's what they're doing. They're doing it all over the place. The same way when they start walking and talking, they just walking anywhere and saying anything. You hear me? We need to stop thinking that they don't need us anymore. Start playing your kids closer. Start having that relationship, like building that relationship up. Start being your kids' old heads. Stop letting someone in the street be their old heads. These are the things, like we need to make a checklist of this shit. Starts and stops. We need starts and stops. You hear me? So eventually we can get to the first. When we start and stop, we're going to get to the first of something. We're going to find the first black this or the first black that. You hear me? We need to do these things. It needs to be done. It's Black History Month. Let's make history. Let's make history right now. So a year from now, we could be celebrating the first anniversary of the first black person to do X, Y, and Z. You hear me? We could do it now. So come February 2nd, 2024, we have set Black history. Is anybody, regular people, looking to make history? You feel me? Make history. Make excellence. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to, you don't have to get your recognition from social media. If you want recognition, you can go right on down and apply for a patent. And if ain't nobody else ever did it before, you're going to get the patent, and then you'll officially be the first black something. You hear me? Go on and get that patent. You know what I'm saying? Let's go on and get our shit copyrighted. Everybody got an LLC now, right? Let's take it to the next level. Let's start opening up these family trusts and open up whole life insurance policies on the family so we can replenish the trust. And let's start breaking these generational curses and making generational wealth. Let's start now. All the tips and tricks is out there, how to fix your credit, how to do this, how to do that. Let's be on that. Let's stop being on this shit, the scamming, the drugs, the killing, and let's start getting on this type time. You know what I'm saying? Making it normal to get married young. Let's stop saying, oh, you need to wait and figure it out and you're too young to get married. Why? Why? Why are we telling each other, we don't need to get married till we're 30? Why? For what? For what? Just for you to be 30 and not married? It's a trick. You don't see that? It's a trick. It's a trick that they telling us all go, experience other people. Why? He or she is in love now. They think they in love, or they might really be. But they good right now. Why are you telling them to rush out and go experiment with other people? You got your whole life to find love. Why? They found it now. Let's stop saying that. Let's start encouraging getting married younger and start encouraging getting married. You hear me? Stop telling your homeboy, I got these bitches that we going on. Hey, listen, I got a nice young lady. She's a real swell girl, and I hope you guys can hit it off. Let's start doing that. Let's get back to that. Let's get back to black love, black excellence. You understand what I'm saying? Please, I would love to see us get back to that. You feel what I'm saying? Let's get back to that. Let's get back to the young boys approaching the old heads on, how to have a successful date night. You know what I'm saying? How to woo the ladies, how to treat the ladies good. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back to that instead of asking up, listen, where can I get a gun from and steal a car so I can spin the corner and kill this nigga? Let's get off that. Let's get off of that shit, please. Let's get on this black love tip. Yes, black love, black excellence. You know what I'm saying? Black love equals black excellence. Straight like that. I'm saying it again. Black love equals black excellence, because black love creates black people and black people make black excellence. So we need black love to make black excellence. And we're going to start making the first this and the first that, because there are millions more, seems like a first. The first this, the first that. Sky's the limit. You hear me? Sky's the limit. Let's get these kids geared up to come up with the cure for this, the cure for that, to come up with the answer for this, the answer for that, the how to end hunger, how to end homelessness. Let's figure that shit out instead of focusing on this bullshit. Bullshit. Like Real Rap, they stick anything on this phone and people will watch it. Anything. If you come across the stream, you're tempted to watch it. I ain't gonna hold you. I figured that out. You hear me? I figured out why when you scrolling on your phone that you see the tip of the very next post. When you watching something, you see the tip. As soon as you, well, what's that? All right, well, what's that? You know what I'm saying? No. If we're going to be stuck in an endless meal like that, then let's start pumping this black love and black excellence now. We can't take our eyes off the phone, then let's change what we see on the phone. Let's start seeing black love, black excellence. Let's start seeing this shit, start showing this shit, start living this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't say stop the violence and I'm tired of seeing black people go get killed. And then the first time it's time for you to handle a situation the right way, you bust somebody's head open. Then they ain't gonna never learn. We need to start getting on what we need, we say we want. Let's start being about what we say we want, or otherwise don't nobody know. You know what I'm saying? We need to get on this shit. Like Real Rap, we need to do it now. Don't wait. You know what I'm saying? Why are we telling our kids to wait to be in love? To wait to act on being in love. To wait on act on wanting to be with somebody forever. Where are we getting this shit from? Who was telling us this? Who was telling us this? You telling this young girl or this young man that you're too young to get married or to be in love. You should see other people first. Wow. Yo, that is sabotage like a motherfucker. Wow. It just dawned on me. Let's start telling them, no, listen, love each other. Get married. No, marriage ain't easy, but it's worth it. Let's start telling them that. You know what I'm saying? Let's start telling them that. Let's start telling them that together they're stronger. Why we ain't telling them that? Why is the first thing we tell these kids is, yo, you too young to be married? Why? Why are we not telling them like, yo, y'all two? Oh, y'all gonna be something different. Y'all gonna be a power couple. Why can't we encourage them and build them up like that for them to want to stay together, for them to want to not cheat on each other, for them to want to be honest and open in their relationship and make it through those hard times? Why are we not supporting young couples doing that? That's black love. You understand me? Young black love. Because like when you look at it, these young boys ain't even making it to high school graduation. So how the fuck is you telling them not to get married? You understand what I'm saying to y'all? It needs to start making sense. We need to start making sense. We need to get away from the things that they pumping on us through these motherfucking phones, through these bullshit ass advertisements. You know what I'm saying? Got you thinking that these young girls thinking that the only way you're going to attract a man is if you spend $6,000 to $10,000 on a BBL. That if your ass is fat, and if it's fat, you must be on social media shaking it and showing it and doing all that other type shit. And that having the OnlyFans is the only way a young black girl can pay for college and all this. So no, that's not true. That shit's not true. And we need to stop motherfucking promoting that shit. We need to stop standing behind the people that's promoting that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just like, man, motherfuckers don't get it. We stuck. I'm still seeing people wearing Balenciaga. Stop. Y'all stop. Stop supporting them people. They don't give a fuck about us. You know what I'm saying? They don't. Stop supporting the people that don't care about black love or black excellence. They care about their bottom line. You hear me? They care about being in the black and not in the red. That's what they care about. Stop supporting them people that's not bouncing $1 through our neighborhoods to help us figure out shit. Stop supporting these politicians that's lying, saying that they're going to help us this and that they're going to come up with laws and legislations for this and that and that and this and never fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? Let's start electing our own officials in our neighborhood, guys that are in our neighborhood, organizing the kids so that it's taking up their time from the streets and putting it into something productive so they can become something new, the first this or the first that. Let's start electing those guys. Let's start getting together and supporting those guys. If this guy's running the basketball league, then you know what? Won't you come through and drop a couple dollars on him? You spend that money on anything for no goddamn reason. The shit don't benefit you at all. But this boy is willing to take the slack off of you while you doing this and doing that. Not because he wants something from you, because he wants something out of them. He wants the excellence out of them. He wants the neighborhood to thrive. He wants the neighborhood to grow. You know what I'm saying? If we start doing more of this, it'd be less need for 5 angry nut-ass black cops to kill a black man for no goddamn reason. Let's police ourselves. It's been done. It's being done in places like Chicago and Detroit. You know what I'm saying? These brothers in Detroit are walking around the neighborhood, patrolling the gas station, making sure that these young black women are getting their groceries in the car, getting their gas pump, making sure your grandma get home. Let's start doing that. You feel what I'm saying? That's black excellence. Let's start being excellent. Let's make it normal to be excellent. Make it normal to be excellent. Make it normal to want to help your brother be excellent instead of downplaying broke ass niggas. Y'all niggas don't give it up like this. Did you notice that hearing shit like that makes a motherfucker want to prove this stranger who they don't even know wrong? Now I can get money. I can be violent. I can do it. You know what I'm saying? They're not even talking to you. They talking just in general, but the shoe fits kind of. And you think because they downplaying broke people and your finances ain't right, young boy, that he talking about you and that you're less than. No. Let's make it normal to explain to these kids that it's very normal to be broke at 16. At 16, no, it's very normal to be broke. To be dead popsicle, not have one fucking dime to your name and not one dime coming in. It's normal. It really is. It is, because your number one job is to be in school, getting ready to be that greatness, getting ready to exude that excellence and be the first. You know what I'm saying? It's Black History Month. You feel me? Let's start teaching these kids about who they are, what they are, the potential they have. You feel me? Let's track down how close this shit is. Maybe that's it. Like hearing about somebody from the other side of the country who grew up in poverty and one day made it to be a big sensation. Maybe that's too far-fetched. So maybe they need to track it down and narrow it down and come up with the nearest famous person who did something incredible from right around the corner, because they're there. All you got to do is look, Google it, find out. You feel what I'm saying? Let them know. You feel me? It's not far-fetched to say your child can be the next black president unless we let it be that way. You know what I'm saying? Unless we stop reminding them how great they are. You know what I'm saying? Dudes like Barack Obama do exist. Barack is special, but he's not that special as to say there are no other guys like him. Young black men. Barack was a young man before he was an old man. You hear me? Stop making these young boys think that it's not cool to be that way. It's absolutely great and super cool to be like a young Barack. It's no way it's not. I would love to meet a young guy like Barack. Like, damn, young boy, you solid, man. Yeah, me, you good? All right, if you need me, hit me, young boy, because I see him doing positive shit. Let's start making that normal. Let's get back on that. It was a time that's what it was. We were supporting these guys. We were making sure that nobody bothered these guys in the neighborhood. If this young man decided that the streets wasn't for him and he was going to go do the right thing, it was a time that the niggas who was in the street made sure that he at least was cool. Let's get back to that. Let's get back to stop robbing these women. Stop robbing these old ladies. We got to stop that. We got to stop that and start this. You hear me? And we'll find the answer, but something has to be done. An action or inaction. Is either we going to stop or we going to start. You hear me? Or we going to stop and start. But something has to be fucking done, man, because at this point, we're not doing anything. Anything. You hear me? When you start doing good, let me tell you something. When you start doing good things for the community, the best thing you can do is do whatever you're going to do and then reach out to somebody and try to get them to do it with you. You hear me? And if you can't do that, then reach out to somebody that's already doing good and see if you can do it with them. Volunteer your time. You hear me? Why are we not volunteering? Why for order to be a volunteer, we got to get sentenced to community service? No. Community service. You know what I'm saying? Community service is something simple as sweeping up your block. You hear me? Sweep at least the block you live on, nigga. It's just a block. Sweep your block. Clean your block up. Make sure the old folks on your block is cool. At least have some type of likability. Goddamn. Where these people is like, damn, you know what? It ain't that bad around here. So, you know what I mean? At least we got each other. You feel me? Let's bring back the close-knit society of the Black community. Let's do that. Let's bring back and pump the flames back into Black excellence for us to want to be Black excellence. Straight like that. That's a great one. If you work amongst your people, you will feel more like kin and will stand up for them in the neighborhood. Absolutely. Absolutely. You can't strike it rich and go road in the Hollywood Hills. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't hoard all your wealth. You know what I'm saying? Because by us hoarding our wealth and then rubbing it in the faces of those who don't have and those who are still struggling, we create the need for crime. You hear me? But if we start helping each other, you got millions and millions of dollars. Hey, man, you might not open your own business and have this person working for you, but hey, maybe there's somebody you know, somebody around that you can loan the money at least, if you're not going to just outright give it to them and help them start their business. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need. We need more Black people willing to help other Black people. But no, when I get rich, I'm out. I'll come back and help. I'm definitely out. Hey, listen, man. It's cool, but you definitely got to come back. You definitely, and not just come back here and there. Like, you got to be down there. You know what I'm saying? Don't move too far. You know what I'm saying? Don't make the commute a hassle. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to get back down there, be active in that community. You know what I'm saying? To be active in that community to affect change. Because if you hit the lottery for all this money and then you haul ass and get the fuck on up out of there, eventually they'll forget about you, yo. Gone in the wind. And if they ever see your ass again, they'll try to put you in the trunk. We need to change that. We need to change that. We need to, damn, folks just won the lottery. Damn, he back to start trying to make some changes to put motherfuckers on. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to come work for me, but I want to put you on, make you work for yourself, help you get to where you going. All of us, we going to all get out. You know what I'm saying? We going to all get out. Let's make that the thing. That's how we do this. We all getting out of here. You feel me? It's a jailbreak. Straight like that. Let's make that the mentality. Let's break out of jail. What jail? This one. Let's break out of this motherfucker. Let's break out of these ghettos. Let's start traveling abroad. And not just traveling and spend every goddamn cent you got to go do it. No, let's travel and see the world. And it's okay because we've already established our lines of income. How we going to make ourselves good. How we going to make our family good. How we going to pass it down. You know what I'm saying? Because when you pass it down, it makes it bigger. You hear me? You can't even, listen. You can't even hustle and get money if you ain't putting niggas on. You hear me? Straight like that. Even to sell drugs, you got to put somebody on to get some money. Other people got to be put in position for you to get some type of money. You got to help change their situation if they going to help change yours. That's just how that go. You hear me? You can't sell drugs and then kill everybody around you for real, because eventually you're going to need help, dickhead. Straight, that's just how that goes. That's stupid to think otherwise. You feel me? We have to start coming together over more than just fucking drugs, over more than just music and basketball. You hear me? Because at this point, I feel like the NFL should start the season all year long, because the only thing stopping people from dying left and right is the Eagles' victory. Shout out to the Eagles. You're doing a good job. Y'all saving lives. You hear me? The Eagles winning and going to the Super Bowl and all that saved the lives. You hear me? Niggas weren't out shooting like that. They was watching the game. Real rap. If we can come together like that in the streets, jump on poles and fall through bus stops, we can come together for some more important shit than falling through a goddamn bus stop. Real shit. Let's start doing some positive shit together. You hear me? You see how good positive energy is? Positive energy is enough to bring people all over the city to Broad Street. Positive energy can do that. Negative energy can do it too. You see what happened with George Floyd. Let's create the positive energy we need. Let's create the energy that we need to unite. You hear me? Someone make that. Someone patent that. Energy we need. The winergy. We need winergy to win together. We need this. We need it. It's Black History Month. Let's start promoting Black excellence and Black love, at least for the rest of the month, y'all. You know what I'm saying? At least for the rest of the month. I would love for it to be Black History Year. 2023 was Black History Year. That during this year, more Black people accomplished and became the first than any other year through history. That there was the first Black person to do this, the first Black woman to do that, the first Black man to open this, the first Black man to be elected to this, the first Black man to start this. This is what we need. Let's let 2003 be that year. You know what I'm saying? Not the year that we broke the fucking records for murders. Let's not do that. Let's not make 2003 the year that we murdered everybody. Because what's that going to change? Do y'all want to keep killing people, or do y'all want to wake up to some change? Young boy, do you want to see some clear water for once with some sand and all that, and go to the Bahamas and go to all these other places and live life? Let's be on that, young boy. You know what I'm saying? Be on that. Young boy, I need you to be on life, not death. Be on life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm living. You hear me? Let's talk about putting each other on. Let's brag about putting each other on. You hear me? I put more people on than you. You hear me? No, I put 20 people on this year. I put 40 people on this year. Let's brag about how many people we put on, how many people I helped. I helped turn 30 other people into millionaires. I'm a millionaire, and I've turned 30 other people into millionaires. Now, between us, we at least got $30 million. Let's start something. Let's be the first to do this. You hear me? Let's put each other on. Let's make that the way of thinking. You hear me? Let's make that not, I can kill more people than you. I can, cause more pain and hurt and destruction than you. No, we don't need to be on that. Like, that's not positive. That's not getting us nothing, man. Like, literally, it's not nothing. It's not, I can't even figure out what it gets you, but a janaza. You know what I'm saying? That's what it gets you. It gets you a janaza. It gets you a wake. You know what I'm saying? Like, gets you a repast. That's what it'll get you. Let's start putting each other on. Let's start bragging about how many people you made a difference, how many people you inspired today. You feel me? Let's brag about that. You know what I'm saying? I inspired such and such. Somebody came up to me today and said, you know what? If it wasn't for you, I would have never did X, Y, Z. How many people told you that? I try to help as much as I can, whether it's resources or financial backing. I want to see everybody win, right? And we need to push that, Tiff. We need to push that mindset. You hear me? Let's push that mindset. Let's take Tiffany's mindset and let's push that on everybody. Let's absorb that. Let's get revved up off that. Let's be like geeked to see the next thing that Tiffany's going to do to help people. Let's be geeked up to do that. I will be retiring myself in 5 years, and I would like to take people along for the ride who would like to invest. My kids are already set. I know that's right. And you know what? I'm going to take you up on that offer because I ain't trying to be working for nobody else punching the clock. I want to kick my chocolatas off and put my feet in some white sand and some clear water with somewhere where there's no mosquitoes, drinking the drink I can't pronounce for real. That's what I want to do. Hey, that's how I want to spend my life. I don't want to be like, hey, man, who them niggas right there? I don't want to spend my summer like that. I don't want to spend my summer worried about who them niggas. Let's get rid of that. Let's stop doing that. Let's stop worrying about suspicious behavior. Let's stop having suspicious behavior. Let's get to the point where we love ourselves. You hear me? Damn right. Right sand, black sand, black chilling. Yeah, real rap. Let's get back to Black love, Black excellence. It is Black History Month. I challenge everyone to pick up a book and learn something new about our people. You know what I'm saying? About where we come from. Hey, I challenge you this. Won't you do an ancestral tree? Find out exactly where you come from, what percentage of this you are, what percentage of that you are, and get to the nitty gritty. Find something out about that region, about black people that come from there. You know what I'm saying? Let's find out some awesome shit about us. Black people doing awesome things all the time. And let's talk about those things. Let's talk about all the good shit black people were doing every day, all the time. Let's talk about that instead of keep having to talk about who killed who died last night, what's on No Gun Zone, what's on 911 Philly. Let's stop doing these things. You know what I'm saying? Let's listen. I would love to put 911 Philly out of business. No disrespect to y'all, real rap, but I would love for y'all not to have nothing else to post. I would love for 911 Philly to have nothing to post. Yeah, you be surprised what's in your lineage. You hear me? You be surprised what is in your lineage. For real, for real. The things you learn. The things you learn. I'm trying to tell you the things you learn about yourself. You hear me? And the things that you can accomplish, the things that the people around you can accomplish, man, only if they given the chance. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it just takes a few words of encouragement to get somebody started, man. You never know how powerful saying something positive to somebody is, yo. Stop downplaying people and kicking them. You know what I'm saying? You want somebody to stop being a nut ass nigga? You hear me? I hope I ain't never got to say, yo, you nut ass nigga. I'm disappointed. When you see me out, you nut ass nigga. I'm disappointed. I don't want to be disappointed. So maybe we should stop calling them nut ass niggas and just calling them misguided youths. You misguided youth. You hear me? Let them know that you're misguided. You hear me? And then put them on the right thing. Stop calling them, let's stop downplaying each other, man, because you putting bad energy on these boys and you making them feel like they're less than, and then they're going to go be less than. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, let's stop that. Let's make this the month of black love, black excellence, not just regular romantic love, like love your people. You hear me? Love your people. Let your Valentine be your community. Love your community this month. On February 14th, if you ain't got no Valentine, then do something positive for somebody on your block. Do something positive for somebody you know. You know what I'm saying? Let that be your Valentine. My Valentine's Day gift was I took Miss Johnson's trash out for her and I put it on the curb and I made sure that her car was clean and I asked her about her brake line or, you know, her struts or whatever. Do something positive for somebody on your block. Do something positive for somebody that you know that's struggling, that's trying to do something, that's putting the effort in. Let's do that. You know what I'm saying? Make that your Valentine. Stop trying to go spend money on a whole bunch of dead-ass flowers and chocolate and a bunch of bullshit, putting this money in the motherfucking white man pocket in these hotels that he owns, because we own what hotel that you go to owned by a black man. And if you want to do that, then go to a black man's hotel. See who owns it. You know what I'm saying? Who's on the chair of the board of you know what I'm talking about, trustees or whatever for this particular hotel and the chain who owns this, is the black man involved. Otherwise, just stay home. Spend that money a different way. We have to start loving one another, caring about one another, and want to support one another instead of pulling out your phones when somebody is hurt. Help them. Exactly. Let's get off that. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate y'all for fucking with your boy tonight, man. This has been another installment of According to Jim. Remember, it is black love, black excellence. You hear me? So for the rest of the month, we're going to be on that. Black love, black excellence. We got a lot of good things coming up this year in the making, I'm telling you. And if we stick together and we pool our resources, and that's financial, and that's emotional, and that's spiritual, and we help one another, then we're going to be gravy, baby. I promise you. You know what I'm saying? Because anything got to be better than what we on right now. I ain't going to hold y'all hostage. I'm glad y'all came out. Stay safe and stay dangerous. It's your boy Jumpman here on According to Jim on the big exclusive network. I'm gone.
I be on go, yeah. Just give me a reason.
I told y'all, new year, new show, same energy, According to Jim, every Thursday night on the big exclusive network, 7 to 8:30. Tap in with me on the Facebook channel and the YouTube channel, big exclusive network. Y'all know what it is. Real people talking about real things. So if you're a real one, get with me.
Oh, yeah. You